Well, I think you can see definitely a step up from the end of spring. For the most part, I thought yesterday was a good step forward. It wasn't just a continuation of spring, actually an improvement from spring. So I thought the summer stuff worked out, and today it was kind of a little up and down. And second day, and the defense is catching on. The defense is getting better, but definitely we're better. Dakota had a good day yesterday, and another pretty good day today. Travis was really sharp yesterday, and today wasn't as sharp. And so that was kind of where those guys were at and everything. But it's a good competition. We had more plays tonight. Field tomorrow.
Even though Dakota's new, how does his experience, I guess, help him in this situation with those young, talented guys?
I think with the playing experience he had, that's kind of his leg up, whereas Travis got a little bit more experience in the offense. So, but Dakota has worked his tail off with the offense this summer. Watching extra video coming in, any chance he could to kind of ask questions, and then he picks. Jeff Lockey and Taylor Ali do a great job of, and he picks their brains and that stuff. And out of practice, when Dakota isn't taking a rep, he's standing basically 10 yards behind the play, going through everything and just seeing it just to add to his experience in the offense. So it's been good, but you can see game experience, and I think I showed a little bit in the spring game as opposed to sometimes with the practices.
Helfrich and Lubick both said yesterday that quarterbacks have to show it. It has to happen just naturally to become a quarterback for a starter. What is it? Like, what do the guys have to do for you guys to naturally see they're better, they're higher above?
I know we always talk about it. I mean, that's always like the factor with quarterbacks, is they have the it quality, and I mean, it's kind of a confidence. It's how you run the show. It's controlling everything. It's being in charge type thing, and then how you execute, and that your production leads us to scores or victories, this type of thing. And I mean, that's where each guy is kind of at a little different stage where you can see the steps forward. And I mean, I think after 2 days we've had some really good explosive plays, and we've had some plays that we'd like to throw away still, which we got to eliminate the bad plays and continue to increase the positive plays. And I think it's a gradual thing, but it does happen. I mean, I've done this for a long time, and there's kind of a time when you get to it and you're like, yep, that guy's the guy, or this guy's ready, or this guy's the best guy type thing. So it does kind of happen all of a sudden. It kind of, I don't know if it sneaks up on you, but it kind of all of a sudden it'll be kind of apparent. And normally it's apparent to everybody, from the scout team defensive guys to the starting defense to the whole offense. They kind of know, hey, this is our guy.
This is kind of piggybacking off of that, but talking with Lubick yesterday, he said that the starting quarterback doesn't really need to focus on making a lot of plays, which is kind of unique because we saw that with Vernon, we saw that with Marcus for the past few years, but they instead need to focus on getting the ball to the playmakers. How much are you seeing the quarterback kind of just focus on getting it out more?
Well, we talk to him all the time. I mean, throwing a flat route to the guys we have can turn into a big play. So you don't have to throw it 20 yards to get 20 yards. You can throw it 5 yards to get 20, 30, 40, 50-yard plays. So it's a little bit of understanding that, and it's kind of because if you look at our guys, I mean, Dakota was the guy last year at Montana State. I mean, he was the guy who made the plays, and he kind of felt that pressure all the time. Going back to Travis in high school, he was the playmaker on the offense and everything. So it's a little bit more of just be the distributor, run the show, make sure the boat's steady in the water type thing. I always joke, it's kind of like my golf game. Just don't keep it in bounds, because if you keep it in bounds, we're just getting closer and closer to the end zone every play. And that's what our role is right now. We have a lot of skill guys that we just got to get the ball to.
Do you feel like that takes some of the pressure off of them going into a quarterback battle?
I think it sounds like it does, but I don't think it does. I think they put enough pressure on themselves that they want to go out and perform every day. They want to show everybody they're the guy. And you can see when a guy has a bad play or a couple bad plays in a row, it means something to them. But I think it's twofold. They want to be good. It's a natural thing for that position. And then the other side is that they want to win the job. So they know it's competition. It's great. They get along. I mean, it's great. They talk to each other. They ask each other questions. But still, they know it's someone's a starting quarterback and someone isn't.
Coach Yost, it's a little late here, but are all quarterback competitions the same everywhere you go, or if they are different, what's different about them?
Well, sometimes it's not a competition. Sometimes it's stated that it's a competition, but there's a guy coming out of the previous season that you fully expect is going to be the guy. And I mean, I've been through a few of these. I mean, when I was at Missouri, we had a quarterback competition between Blaine Gabbert, and I can't even remember the guys he was competing with. So it wasn't much of a competition. It was more of, when does Blaine kind of just take control and become the guy? And it happened pretty quick. So I think everyone's a little bit different, and they all kind of go a little bit differently depending on what you do offensively, what you're asking them to do, and how you kind of want to evaluate and everything. And our position, it's who's going to put us in the end zone on the most consistent basis and make plays, but also make the least bad plays. Because that's a big deal in what we're doing.
Is this as true of a competition as you've had in a while?
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's very competitive. I mean, our reps in practice are they're both getting about equal reps. I mean, just because of how we rep things, I think Dakota gets a couple more with the ones every day, and that's purely because of how we rep our periods. It's not the fact that he's more of a one than Travis is, but it's split right now, and we kind of evaluate him on a daily basis.
I know Coach Elfrich doesn't want to put a timeline on anything. Do you think this group would ever go into a game with not a starting quarterback, with two guys that are splitting reps?
I've never done that before. I've not been here long enough, and I kind of heard that yesterday that Coach didn't put a timeline on it and everything. But I imagine at some point you kind of have to get into the game planning mode of who's going to be the guy, and there are differences. I mean, they don't do everything exactly the same all the time, and there'd be things that Dakota does that you would lean on if he's the guy, and there's things that Travis does better that you would lean on that way. So at some point there will be a decision. I don't know if it'll probably happen on the field and with us a lot sooner than you guys know about it.
You didn't have Justin Herbert during the spring. What did you like out of high school with him, and how's he look through a couple days of...
He's a big athletic kid, and I was real excited. I'd watched the video of his high school stuff before and everything, and then just getting to meet him during the recruiting process there in January. But then kind of this summer he's really studied, I mean, a great deal. He's kind of stood out in the weight room with our strength staff, what they did, and a lot of the other players kind of have mentioned him as they talk about the young players. And then yesterday he didn't look like his head was swimming, which he had a pretty good basis of what he did this summer. He put a lot of time in with our guys of learning the signals and understanding the play so he got and execute it. And then kind of the real positive was yesterday's was, I would say, was probably for a first year guy, probably an A effort, and today was better. And now tomorrow we're going to throw a bunch of new plays out in the night, so see how that goes tomorrow. But that's the kind of the progress. But no, he's shown a lot in the first 2 days. Really happy and really kind of pleasantly surprised at where he's at such an early stage.
When you were at Washington State, was he a guy that you guys were looking at in terms of just his fit of multiple offenses?
They had not. I mean, we had not at that point there. They'd gotten an early commit there, and then that changed. I mean, another guy committed, so we were kind of always full until the end.
Right.
And then their stuff kind of went the other way.
Right.
That's it.
That was too easy. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
See you guys in about a week, I guess.
Yes.
It's only once a week.